Hi, and welcome to week 7, and it's all about communications. Hey, good news is Monday is Family Day, so there's no facilitated discussion, but you still have some work to do this week, so let's look at what you guys are going to be working your to-do list. So as in your teams, I want you to create and post a communication guide, and that should be up on the discussion board on Monday around lunchtime when we normally have our facilitated discussion. Once they're all posted, then individually, I want you to go back and give feedback to another team about their guide. So what did you like about it, and what might they do to improve it? And I'll post on the announcements what team your team is going to provide feedback to. Okay, so that will be posted. So let's look at this communication guide and get some ideas. And I was kind of using this framework of who, what, where, when, and why, and how to explore the whole question of how might your team communicate effectively in this virtual format. So ask those questions and use that as the basis of your communication guide. And then you can explore it and sort of add meat to your guidelines by addressing some of the questions that came up in the readings this week. So, for example, what is unique about your team that might influence your communication process? Like, are you all in the same place, or are you guys spread all over Canada in different time zones? Do you have different languages that you're speaking? The tools that we use virtually vary. So we're using Teams to do the facilitated meetings. Maybe you're more familiar with Zoom. So find out what tools you're familiar with, your group's familiar with, that they're not familiar with. Maybe there's a tool that they want to learn, and this is an opportunity to try it out. What communications tool would best support your goal of being able to communicate effectively? And are there any gender, generational, or cultural differences that you need to take into consideration? Okay, now here's the big question. What should the guide look like? Well, and this is where the world is your oyster. So you could create an infographic, and if you've never created an infographic, there's all kinds of free sites that have templates, and you can sort of use those templates and build an infographic. Maybe you just want to create a chart and sort of say, okay, this is how we're going to communicate with each other. Here's another example of a chart that you could create. Maybe you guys are really good with PowerPoint, and so you want to build a PowerPoint visual that explains what your communication strategy might be. Or I love mind maps, so there's another idea. Or even better, surprise me. So have some fun and figure out how can you best communicate with each other.